Today I will be discussing the facts of one of the most important political cases in recent Supreme Court history, the 2000 case of Bush v. Gore. The presidential election of 2000 between George W. Bush, a Republican, and Al Gore, a Democrat, was extremely close. The election came down to the state of Florida. If more voters in Florida voted for Bush than Gore, then Bush would win the presidential election. And if more voters in Florida voted for Gore than Bush, Gore would win the presidential election. So, it became very important to determine which candidate won the most votes in Florida. As you may have guessed, this was not an easy task. At many voting booths in Florida, voters received paper ballots. Voters made their presidential selections by using a hole punch to punch a hole in the ballot in a circle next to the name of their preferred candidate. Once all the ballots were collected, the ballots would be fed through a machine that would read and count the votes based on the hole punches. However, not all hole punches were perfect. Some left circles hanging from the ballots, and some didn't punch all the way through, leaving only an indentation. These hanging chads, as they would be called, led to problems with the counting of the votes in Florida. On some ballots, the machines failed to read any hole punches and therefore did not register a vote for president. These were referred to as undervotes. On other ballots, the machines read more than one hole punch and again did not register a vote for president because voters could only vote for one candidate. These were referred to as overvotes. After an initial vote count, Bush led by only 1,784 votes when nearly 6 million votes had been cast in Florida. A recount conducted by the voting counting machines only slightly diminished Bush's lead. Gore was not happy and filed a lawsuit in Florida's state court asking for the court to order a manual recount of the undervotes. In a manual recount, actual people, rather than machines, review the uncounted ballots by hand. Gore's case made its way through the Florida state court system until the Florida Supreme Court granted Gore's request, ordering a manual recount in all Florida counties where the undervotes had not already been counted by hand. Interpreting Florida state law, the Florida Supreme Court ordered that these counties tally the undervotes based on the evidence of a clear indication of the intent of the voter as to which candidate the voter intended to vote for. The Florida Supreme Court did not provide specific requirements about how the county should identify the intent of voters when conducting the recount. At this time, Bush was not happy, so he filed a petition asking the United States Supreme Court to review the Florida Supreme Court's order. In particular, Bush asked the Supreme Court to decide whether the manual recount process ordered by the Florida Supreme Court violated the Equal Protection Clause. Bush argued that it did. Gore argued that it didn't. Under the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of laws. This was referred to as the Equal Protection Clause. It means that the states must apply their laws equally to all people within the state. Applying the Equal Protection Clause to elections and voting, the Supreme Court had previously held in Harper v. Virginia Board of Elections that a state cannot value one person's vote over another. So, do you think the Equal Protection Clause was violated here? The Supreme Court found that it was.